All right, guys. So we've been talking a little bit as we get into this about challenge and how up front you definitely want to, make this girl your girlfriend. So you don't want to just really try to be the too cool for school guy and not tell her you like her and stuff like that. Now as you get more into the relationship, now we're dating and stuff. I think here's where being kind of what I call a positive challenge can kind of come into effect, keep that girl interested, keep her interest in you high, because it's not about just having a girlfriend. Like, depending on her interest in you is going to depend how the relationship goes. If it's hanging by a thread, you're not going to have a good relationship. She's going to argue with you more. You want to keep her attracted to you, very into you, you know what I mean? So it's not just you got the girl and it's over. You really have to think like, man, I want to keep this girl very attracted to me. I mean, my life's going to be so much better. She's going to be happier, stuff like that. So I'm interested in your thoughts about this. So we talked about, a guy can just send a text, let you know that he's thinking of you. Okay, one text, I think that's cool. Now, where I used to work, this guy and his girlfriend, 24/7, the instant messaging, the Facebook, just communicating all day long. And, predictably, after a few months, they broke up. Because I feel like you're just giving yourself away all day. Like you're available like an on-call like paramedic, like anytime. And I think, it's cool. You guys want guys to like you and talk to you and communicate. But it's like, there's something to be said about a guy who has nothing else going on in his life that he's available all day.
He starts to smother her, or it could be both of them are smothering each other, and it's just enough.
Yeah, you might like it because you're a girl. You might take it in like, oh, this is great, and it might excite you.
It's exciting at first because it's like the honeymoon period where it's just like all you want to do is be together and talk to each other, but then after a certain amount of time, it should balance out. If it doesn't, it's just way too much. It's like having a kid if you don't have a kid,
But you have to be aware of that from the beginning because it's really hard to do that and then back away from it.
I'm so happy right now because that was the next thing I was going to talk about. You're exactly right.
You have to be aware of that because then it almost feels like either party is going to feel
girls are going to be upset. I call it the I call it the units theory. Okay, so you start off this relationship. The theory is you can't go back. Let's say like there's 7 days in a week, night and day. Let's say there's 14 units. You start hanging out with a girl 6, 7, 8 units a week, a night here, the day here, all this stuff. You're setting that kind of frame early. You cannot all of a sudden then go, oh, well, I'm going to just hang out with this girl once a week now.
No.
There's no way because in a girl's mind, she's going to be like, what's wrong? What happened? You cannot pull back. You can slowly add hanging out more and more, but what happens when a guy all of a sudden says, oh, well, now I'm just going to hang out with you once a week, like you were some kind of just like, fuck buddy type thing?
Yeah, now that would be like a little traumatic, I think.
Yeah, but it's easier said than done because when you're so excited and everything's new, like you want to spend like every single moment together. So you just have to both be aware of it. I mean, it's a two-way street when it comes to something like that because you have to be strong enough where if she's like, oh, what are you doing tonight? And you're like, nothing. And she's like, well, do you want to come over? Or do you want to see a movie? Do you want to see? It's hard to say no. Right. I know, like, I deal with that too because for me, it doesn't even matter if, I'm in a relationship over a year and I still could be with him like every single day and never get sick of him because we like to do the exact same things. But we both make a conscious effort to like, okay, like, you go do that and I want to do that. So we don't ever get to that point.
Yeah, so I think you have to make a conscious effort, especially at the beginning, not to hang out every day, even though you could hang out every day. So I feel like women will accept it. You want to give all this text, communication, especially at the beginning. They'll love it, and they'll love that you want to hang out. But then when you become the guy, you're like, you know what, I need some space. I want to hang out with my boys more. We'll hang out once or maybe twice a week. What's going to go off in your mind?
Yeah, it would just be like, okay, did I do something wrong, or I don't know.
Right.
It's like I'm not very clingy. I don't like to see someone every single day. But I think if it was like we do see each other every other day and then all of a sudden
you got used
once
to
a
it.
week, I would be like, what did I do? I'd feel like I was being punished or something.
All right, so we talked about being a challenge. It can't be some kind of game like, oh, I'm going to pretend I don't like you or I only send one text a day. You can't be thinking like that. It really has to come from another kind of feeling where you have a busy life as a guy. Your girl is great. She could be the focus of your life, but you have to have a lot of other stuff going on. You have to have a hobby. You have to have a career. You have to have your friends. And this is a big thing. Like, even if you don't want to hang out with your friends because you just love this girl so much, a new relationship, you have to just make time for them. Like a lot of guys just give up on their friends and like, you know, they're hanging out every day and then they never see them again. What about a guy like that? What should a guy do?
You can't have no friends. Like she's not gonna give up her friends. So you can't give up so much, and like she's not gonna do that. Like girls love balance. You know, even if we want, we feel better when our life is in harmony. So like we're gonna make some time for our family, some time for our friends, some time for a relationship and career. So guys definitely need to balance out their life too.
Yeah, girls I think are better at like time management and being able to do more than one thing in a day, get everything done, you know, do 50 things in a day in enough time. I mean, in my experience, like I've had boyfriends that were not the best at that. So they really could only focus on like, okay, I'm either hanging out with my girlfriend, I'm hanging out with my friends, or I'm hanging out with this. Like they couldn't figure out how to do everything. But I would also not make it such a division. Like, okay, you're with your friends, you're with my friends. Like you can do hanging out. She'll be with her friends, you be with your friends, and then maybe she'll hang out with you with your friends one day, and you'll hang out with her or everyone will hang out together. It doesn't have to be such a. Even though you should have your own lives, but don't make it feel like that. Like my life, this is my life, and this is your life, and we can only like hang out together. I think it's important too to intertwine it if you like her.
Right. Yeah, I think one problem I see guys have is like girls are better at understanding. You get your love and affection from a variety of sources. Like you have your friends, your girlfriends, your family, and you keep all that in your life. Where a guy sometimes just goes all or nothing, like or just drops everything and like.
Right.
I'm sure girls do it too sometimes. But it's like you need that variety because then you're putting all your focus in one place, and then that pressure, like this, better work out. Whereas like you guys are friends, you get along, you talk to your family, you make sure you keep all those other things going in your life.
Yeah, guys have I think like a more difficult time.
It's true. I think that they do. I think it's easier for them to put a lot of pressure on us, and then it's like, but what if I can't be so entertaining like your friends all the time? What if I can't be as nurturing as your family? Like you need to have all that balance.
I have guy friends that had girlfriends and then like they just disappeared.
Yeah, they just ignore everyone else. It's like no one likes that guy. We don't let our girlfriends do it either. Like no one likes that person.
So what do you think about this? We had a little different views on challenge and how to use it. This is what I tell guys. I tell guys that you should really be a challenge for yourself, not for her. So what I mean is, don't use these techniques to be like, ooh, this is gonna make her like me, like they're sneaky. Be a challenge for yourself. Have a busy life, have your hobbies, have your friends, have your family. Do all these things because you know in your mind, like I've had this happen to me, if I hang out with this girl every day, my feelings are gonna get lowered. You know, I'm gonna take all the fun stuff up front and not like enjoy this over a period of time. Like I know if I talk to this girl every second of every day, I'm gonna feel unattracted to her. So I almost do it like for myself, not as like some secret trick that we're telling you to do. Be a challenge for yourself.
That makes sense. I mean, even like you don't want to just be sneaky, like you're at home and she's like, oh, are you free? And you're like, no, I'm really busy. Like you don't want to be like that. Like go find something to do, find a balance. You don't have to lie or anything.
And then it gives you more to talk about. It makes you more interesting. Like if you had a busy day doing something with your friends or your family or just a hobby that you like on your own, you have more to talk about.
Right. So what about like guys and ambition? Like guys, like you always hear like, oh, women just want money and stuff. And I always say it's not really that. It's like they need a guy that's
doing something
with himself, no matter what it is. Exactly.
It's being able to be like motivated and inspired and just just doing something. I think women are more attracted to. It's not so much money, but like stability. You want to know if you choose to spend the rest of your life with someone, you'll be okay together. Not that you have to be dependent on it, but you know, it's not really, I don't think about the amount.
So when a guy's not doing anything and he just seems lazy, like what happens to your attraction?
It's just like unattractive.
It's
just like because I'm an ambitious person, I know she's an ambitious person, so for us to be with someone who isn't, it's just like it's disappointing.
Right.
And we always talk about it and we're like, just do something. Like we don't even
we don't care if you're flipping burgers, but
we
then
could care
want
less.
to be the best burger flipper.
Like you're doing something weird. Like I know, like my girl, like she could say, "Oh, you're gonna do these products and relationship courses." You know, you think a girl would think that was weird, but the fact that you're excited about it, you're doing something.
Yeah, you're passionate about
right,
something. That's so awesome when
that.
someone's passionate about something. Like it makes them more attractive, I think.
All right, so part of being a challenge is sometimes you have to tell a girl no. So sometimes guys will just, everything they're going to accept. They're going to say, yes, honey, I'll definitely do that. Do you respect a guy if he can just tell you when sometimes I think girls know they're in the wrong and like kind of like test a guy a little bit. And a guy can just tell you like, in this situation, no, what happens?
It depends on how he says it, I think. If he's just like, you're wrong, then that's just gonna spark my fire and I'm gonna, it's
I'd rather
fire. Like, communicate it better than that, I think, if you know
Right.
she's wrong.
like if he has legitimate reasons or points of why I'm wrong, I'm totally opening to listen, and I probably am wrong. If you can think of a few, if you can think of a few reasons, I probably
I'll
am.
believe you.
But it's the way of saying, like, don't try to be like a macho, like trying to
Attacking.
attacking,
Don't
like
make it
putting
like
girls
attack.
down, like you're wrong and I'm right. Just talk about it.
No, I think it's just the guys who just feel uncomfortable even telling their girlfriend no in a situation. And I feel like girls will push them and push them and push them because you just like, they'll try to get away with anything they can, maybe even subconsciously, until this guy kind of like sets a boundary of like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's
Maybe
ridiculous.
start with like, babe, I don't really agree with this, and this is why. Because that says you're taking a stand and you're not, attacking them for it. It's just, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go with your friends to the mall because I really want to watch the game, and that's what I'm going to do. It's not an attack, it's a preference. If you don't make it like you are wrong and I am right.
Right.
I don't mind if a guy says no. Like I almost respect it in a way because like they have their own opinion. They're not just going with the flow. Like whatever my girlfriend wants to do.
Yeah, don't appease me because then I'll get bored.
Yeah, I don't.
Don't appease
I
me.
appreciate you going with the flow to a certain
Don't be a puppy.
Don't be like all the time like whatever you want to do, whatever you want to eat, wherever. Like no, like what do you want to eat?
Yeah.
Where do you want to go? Don't just say yes like all the
Let's see the
time.
movie you want to see. Don't.
So in a way, like I
be yes man all the
respect
time.
like their own opinion.
Yeah, it's weird for a guy. It's like, again, it's a sliding scale of what you want to be. You don't want to be so distant, I think, that you're just out there and you're not connecting with women at all. But you don't want to be too needy. You need women. It's just really tough to find that balance of how you want to be.
Yeah. I guess if you were to, for example, say like, I really miss you. I'm gonna go watch the game at a bar with my friends, but let's try to like meet up later, spend some time together tomorrow. It's like you're showing I need you, I want you, but I'm gonna do this right now. That balance, and it's not insulting at all.
Yeah, I call it being like vulnerable but not needy. Like I'm gonna be affectionate, I'm gonna say my emotions, but I'm not like doing it because I just need you so badly. I think there's a difference. Like some people are emotionless, they're scared of being hurt. Like to me, even when a woman's like, I'm uncomfortable talking about my feelings and stuff, and it's like, that's just not what I'm into. Like you can reveal your feelings, but just don't be needy about it. You know what I mean?
Right.